Hello everyone, Martin here, back with another Legacy video, playing Doomsday. And I am trying out a few different things here. So where to begin? Well, first of all, I am finally trying out Ideas Unbound again. And when I say again, I mean that I tried it once, in for a couple of leagues and didn't really like it that much, but some players in the Doomsday Discord are um, like very happy to play with this card, and I thought I ought to give it another shot. And since I have jettisoned Unearth from my list, having Predict is a little bit less of a thing post Doomsday, because like the whole Predict target or name Thassa's Oracle isn't really a thing anymore. So yeah, I'm going to try this. As you can see, we have the Cavern of Souls in the main deck. Got a Singleton Baleful Strix, and I just want to touch on this because basically I want to have access to one Baleful Strix versus Delver post Doomsday. I consider it mostly a pile card, like a card to put in the Doomsday pile. And it was in my sideboard, but then I thought maybe it's worth trying out in the main deck. I've played with Strix in the main deck before, and it is a little bit awkward. It does come out against anything that's not Delver. But yeah, trying that out. What else? Oh yeah, trying out Leyline of the Void. Now, I'm generally not the biggest fan of Leylines because, I don't know, I really hate that you have to sort of get lucky with mulligans, that kind of thing, but obviously it got a lot better with the current mulligan rule. So the reason is that I want to see how this plays out versus the Echo, Urza, Emery, Narset deck. And there's just incidental splash damage versus like Black Red Reanimator, Dredge. I'll probably bring it in against Hogak. So yeah, trying that. And got 3 Carpet of Flowers for Delver. So I am actually already, I've played 2 matches in this league. I'm going to record the remaining 3. I'm currently 1-1. Lost to Belcher. I'm trying to remember what I beat. I can probably, oh no, never mind. I can look that up. Can't remember now. It was not. I played the 2 matches yesterday, I think. All right, we have won the die roll. Let's choose to be on the play. Yeah, it's a fine hand. So let's go ahead and keep that. And here we have to decide whether or not to play out the pedal. The reason to play out the pedal is it makes us, able to play around days, I guess, or like to be able to cast 2 spells on turn 1, so we could like brainstorm into Pyroblast. But meanwhile, our opponent is mulliganing to 4, so I'm not sure what's going on here. So the reason not to play out pedal is because it gives away a lot of information. So I think I'm not gonna do it. We have days and force to protect ourselves here while not having to commit and play, and we can play around days ourselves, so it's probably fine. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do here is brainstorm, and I'm actually gonna play into Wasteland here because we have the pedal and we don't have Dark Ritual, so we have a way to get to 3 mana next turn, 3 black mana, but not if we fetch Basic Island. Okay, more cantrips. So let's put back a Daze and a Brainstorm, and let's fetch out another Underground Sea here and cast Ponder. I was just having a discussion with some people about how to sequence cantrips, and I think you want to cast Ponder when you're looking for one specific thing, which we are right now, and that's Doomsday. So all these cards are great, but we don't want them, so we're going to shuffle. And we'll get another days. So actually here, maybe I should have played out a petal, because if for some reason we need to, we would be able to cast Brainstorm on their turn, which we can't now. Okay, so this feels like it is the Turbo Depths deck. Okay, let's cast a Preordain here. Let's bottom the Preordain and top the Ponder. And actually, maybe we Brainstorm now. Yikes. So it's a little bit awkward because we don't have access to more blue mana unless we want to burn the petal, which honestly might be worth it here. Our opponent mulled to 6, to 4, so we are way up on cards. So maybe we put back Badlands and a card we're gonna keep. Let's put back Dark Ritual, I guess, and cycle Street Wraith. And cast Ponder. There we go. Okay, I'm actually going to draw the Badlands here and play it. And then hopefully we get to win next turn. So I'm definitely not going to fight over anything other than potentially discard here. Okay, so now they could have like crop rotation into Thespian Stage. So let's cast Doomsday. So we're going to Preordain into a Brainstorm. Or rather, hang on, we can Preordain into Street Wraith, and then Street Wraith into Brainstorm, then cast Brainstorm. So if they were to have like an Abrupt Decay or something, it would be kind of bad for us. I don't know if they play those main deck. Let's see. I don't think we can sort of build a pile that wins now. Oops, oh, my computer is crapping out on me. Oh no, what's this? Alright, so let's get Lion's Eye Diamond and I guess Edge of Autumn and just hope they don't have the removal spell. Sorry, my computer is just lagging out something awful here. My computer is really old, and I've been thinking about getting a new one for a bit. Just haven't really gotten around to it. Okay, let's have a look here. So we make the pile Street Wraith on top, Preordain into Street Wraith, Street Wraith into Brainstorm, Brainstorm, tapping out, drawing LED Edge and Thassa, put back Daze and Thassa, and then lose if they have removal. Is that the plan? And is there any way we can get around that? So what if we Preordain into Brainstorm, Brainstorm into something with Predict? I don't think it works. Yeah, now let's just go with this. I don't think they're going to have the... I mean, I hope they don't have the Decay. I'm not sure if they play it, as I said. So Thassa, LED, Edge. I guess then there's no real reason to do the Street Wraith thing here because, I mean, if it took us from 1 to 0 cards in the library, then it would be good, but it doesn't, so it doesn't really change anything here. Let's put back a Daze, put back Thassa. So if one of our remaining cards here had been a Ponder or a Preordain instead of the 2 days in the Force of Will, we could have gotten there with no cards in the deck. But as it is, we didn't. Now there was like, so if they have removal here, we lose, and we could definitely have waited. We could have just made Doomsday pass and then had Force of Will up for their end of turn play, which is gonna likely be, like, I'm pretty sure one of their 3 remaining cards is a crop rotation. Alright, restarted my computer. Hopefully the last 2 rounds will be a bit smoother. We'll see. I don't have complete faith, but I also got to check that my round 1 opponent was also Turbo Depths. So for this league, I have faced Turbo Depths and won, Belcher and lost, and Turbo Depths and won. So let's see here if we actually face a Force of Will strategy at some point. Sir Stompy. I played against this opponent recently, but I couldn't say what they were on. Yeah, seems pretty decent. I think I'm going to Preordain off of Tropical Island. And we probably want one of these lands. Snow-covered Island Ponder. So it could be Miracles, or like just Snoko, or Omni, I guess. Those would be the top candidates. Could also be like Blue-Red Delver. They do not shuffle. Okay. Ugh, that was a bad draw. So let's pass here. I'm not going to just play Ideas Unbound to, you know, dig for, or loot 3 cards effectively. Yeah, we just pass here. The Trop makes me think it is Omni, but yeah, it could still just be any of the other, not Blue-Red Delver, obviously. Show and tell. So I'm going to daze this. I'm going to return the Trop. Because if we draw Brainstorm, it's actually not the worst to have the Trop in hand. The Force. Pitching Ice Fang. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and force back. They don't have, they have second force. Wow, okay. Okay, this is awkward. So they have 2 cards in hand. So if we let this resolve and then they put an Emrakul, then we can draw a few cards that will let us win. One of which being like a dark ritual, another being a cantrip into a dark ritual. But another choice we have is to like Edge of Autumn, which I think I'm gonna do. Maybe I should have like fetched to, yeah, so not draw land. Okay. So this happens. Omniscience. Wow. Yeah, all right. So that's game, I think. So that was pretty strong. They had, the win through double force of will. Sometimes they have it. We played Edge of Autumn, or cycled it rather. So if they know what's up, they know about. If they know that the know about our deck, they know Edge of Autumn is only played in Doomsday, right? But all right, so let's bring in the 1 mana interruption or disruption spells. Let's bring out Island. What else? Maybe a Petal? Or maybe like Predict. I guess I don't hate Predict. Alright, not the most pleasant thing to be down a game versus this deck, but yeah, it's alright. Alright, we're going to keep this. We're going to go double Dark Ritual, Thoughtseize, or Dark Ritual, Thoughtseize, and then we're going to Dark Ritual again in Doomsday, I think. We have Daze backup, which is pretty good. They would need double force and to force this first Dark Ritual twice to stop us here. Okay, so they force Bitching Impulse. We're gonna Daze the force. Okay, so what do they have here? So, wait, what? They don't have blue mana though, right? So how many turns do we need is the question, right? So we basically need to pass the turn now, and then we need to pass the turn one more time, right? Or two more times if we want to keep open Spell Pierce. Yeah, I think we take the Preordain here. So we want the Cavern and we want Thassa's Oracle. I guess just 3 cyclers will do. So Cavern, Thassa, cycler. We could also put in like a discard spell and then prolong the game for another turn, but I don't think that's correct. Alright, so now we pass. We just have to not die on this turn here, and we win. Seems like that drew out the concession. Don't think we change anything here. Also, like a card like Carpet of Flowers, I don't really dig in the combo mirror. I mean, it's not terrible or anything, but it's just not that impressive. I think we keep this, even though we're a little bit low on sort of filtering, digging combo thingies. Well, we draw a preordain, so that's kind of nice. We kind of want both of these cards and neither of these cards, right? So the problem with getting a super reactive hand like all these forces is if they drop like a Beseiju. But I don't think we want to be playing around Beseiju. I do think we want a second land, and I don't hate getting the Pierce here. And with Street Wraith, we can get a card deeper than the Tarn next turn, so that could be kind of useful. Well, punished. So let's go like this. No! God damn it. So if they just have it now, we lose. If we could have, like, if Street Wraith showed, like, got us to a Red Blast, we could have potentially, like Red Blasted Omniscience. Okay, so they don't have Show and Tell. Or something to Show and Tell in. Oh no, not like this. This is one of those ways you just don't want to go out where all you draw is mana. Now the question is, do we fight them over cantrips here? Brainstorm is big. Okay, that was very good. So let's see here. We put back a Dark Writ and a Daze. So that way we can Force Pitch Force and Force Pitch Pierce. And then the question is, do we leave? So hang on, did we play a land? Yeah, we played a... No, we didn't play a land this turn. So if we leave an uncracked fetch here, might be worth it for us. But you know what would be really scary is if they could Cunning Wish for Trick Bind, or if they somehow had Trick Bind in their hand, but they don't have enough mana to both play Cunning Wish and Trick Bind on the same turn. Them having Flusterstorm here would be really awkward for us, but if they have it, they have it. Doomsday pitching Show and Tell. Or, sorry, Force. Okay, so I force back now, then they Veil us, and then I force the Veil, and then they maybe don't do anything else. Or if not, I'm going to be left with like a Brainstorm. I maybe should have pitched Force. So if they have 2 Veil here, it's kind of annoying. Okay, looks like they don't. Okay, now my plan of like fetching after Doomsday feels less amazing. But let's see here. Let's put in a volcanic island. Let's put in Thassa's Oracle. Let's put in Cavern. Let's put in a Red Blast. And let's put in Predict. So we'll pass. We'll draw Predict. Cast Predict, naming Pyroblast. Drawing Cavern and Thassa, and then we'll fetch. And if we need to, on their turn, before we get to do all of that, we will brainstorm into Pyroblast, shuffle fetching Volcanic, and then have the ability to Pyroblast Omniscience with like their Cunning Wish on the stack, for instance. I think that's the plan. Okay, let's put Volcanic on the bottom, Cavern, Thassa, Pyroblast, Predict. Yeah, I'm not going to fight over this. They pitched a show and tell, which makes me think they have another show and tell. And it would stand to reason then what they were missing were like Omniscience or Emrakul. So they do not shuffle. Okay, so maybe they found Omniscience. Okay, never mind. So now they can still like play another land, right? I don't think they played a land this turn. So they can play another land and then okay, they shuffle. But then they could show and tell. Uncounterable. What's this? Impulse. Sure. Okay, they concede. Sweet. All right. So let's jump into the queue for the last match. So I want to take just a few seconds to say a big thank you to those of you that are out there watching. I really appreciate that. It makes it worthwhile to make these videos that, you know, some people watch and enjoy them. So one thing I did want to touch on is that on YouTube, you have this analytics page when you're making content like I am. And on that page, you can see a lot of interesting things. Like most of my viewership is from the States, all those kind of things. But what you can also see is like about 70% of people watching my videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if you are one of those people and you stop by and you like what you see, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button, because the more subscribers, the more sort of exposed the channel becomes, and that's kind of, you know, makes it more fun for me. So yeah, that was my little spiel on that. Okay, I've kept this hand. I think it's a pretty good hand. Has a little bit of everything. Fast mana, disruption, though it feels a bit scary to cast a Thoughtseize into a Verdant Catacombs, right? So I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm going to cast Preordain instead. And habada. So I'm gonna not draw the Limdual's Vault, or am I? Bear with me here. Maybe we do want to draw the Limdual's Vault. Because that means not casting Doomsday next turn, most likely. But it does mean we get to vault for like Dark Ritual to then win on the subsequent turn, on the same turn, if we feel like we're not up against Force of Will. It also means we're not getting discarded right now. Ooh, Wasteland. Too bad. So that kind of puts things on hold here. So I think I'm just gonna play Brainstorm. Oh, not play Brainstorm. Play the Sculling Tarn and say go. And maybe was this like aggro loam? Oh, it's infect. Okay. Blighted agent, sure. Alright, so I'm not gonna... I think I'm gonna brainstorm here. And then I'm going to likely thought seize them. That was pretty good drawing the Pyroblast. So let's go like this. And let's get Badlands. And let's Thoughtseize. If they daze, I'm going to pay, I think. Sacrificing the petal. I don't historically have a very good record versus infect. This makes me think they have a kill, so I... So wait, how does that Vines of Vastwood work? They can give their dude hexproof, right? I'm just thinking when to Pyroblast here. Because they force pitched force. So I think what they're protecting is actually a kill. But then if I Pyroblast their Blighted Agent, they could still potentially... Surely they can't kill us with Ink Moth alone, because they would have to tap their Trop to bring it alive. I guess the last 3 cards could be like 3 Invigorate. Jeez. Okay, I think I'm actually going to like Pyroblast this. I don't think they would also have Daze and then also have something to protect, but I could be wrong. So let's see here. Okay, so they had this. I think I'm going to have to take Invigorate, right? There's still a lot of things that can go wrong for us here. They could top deck a... they could top deck like a Daze, which means we can't Doomsday next turn, or they could top deck like... I don't know... Okay, so now I take 2. Next turn they can kick this. I would take 6. That should probably still be fine. Oh, so if they didn't have Daze, if they didn't draw Daze, then this, and we get to resolve Doomsday, it's really good because we can put Force of Will on top and have Street Wraith to cycle into it. Come on, don't draw Daze. Yeah, yeah. All right, so let's put Force of Will on top. What do our lands look like? So I'm going to, like, if I had 3 blue sources right now, I would put Ideas Unbound. But I don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, in case I get Wasteland, I'm going to put Predict here. Right? So, or maybe I don't even need Predict. Let's see here. Let's say we cycle Predict into Force, and then we Force pitch Limdal's Vault. Then they waste our... Yeah, if they waste our Underground Sea, it's kind of bad. If they don't waste this, then we just spend a blue mana to cast Preordain, have 1 blue left. Then we... So, sorry. Let's do that again. We make the pile Force of Will, then Street Wraith, then Edge of Autumn, then Cavern of Souls, and then Thassa's Oracle. And so we Street Wraith into Force. We Preordain into... We Street Wraith into Force, and then we draw Street Wraith. Then we cast Preordain, drawing Edge, and then we have Edge and Street Wraith in hand, and we cycle twice and get Cavern and Thassa. Yeah. Sorry, that was a bit of a long way around, you know, getting to that. That should be fine. We potentially get blown out by a wasteland, but I don't think they. I feel confident they don't play 4 wastelands, but I also think they might only play like 1 or 2. But we shall see. Their hand is Vines of Astwood and a card we don't know about. Okay. Okay, so hopefully this means we get to win. Let's start out with the Preordain. This innocent little Preordain that surely no one would counter, right? Question, if they Spell Pierce us here, what do we do? I guess the answer is we probably just pay. Wow, they force. Pitch Oko. So their last hand card is Vine, so I guess we just force back and win. Something you might have noticed is I have gotten original art for most of my deck, which is so nice. I am really feeling it. I didn't think I would feel good about paying money, which I have, because it wasn't free, you know, but it wasn't that much. The reason I actually did it was because I checked randomly and saw that the old art Force of Will had gone down from like 40 tickets to 26, while the one I had, the Vintage Masters art, had not decreased, you know, at the same rate. So that meant that it was, you know, somewhat feasible to do that. The only thing I'm missing right now, I think, is my polluted deltas and my Thoughtseizes. So I need to get my act together and actually get those as well. All right, cool. So yeah, like I was saying, I don't actually have a particularly good record versus Infect. So we want these, and maybe we want like one more blast, but I don't think we want many blasts because the spells they have that kill us are usually green. Don't think we want Line's Eye Diamond. Probably don't want Limdul's Vault. Yeah, I don't know. Infect is just like their kill is on average probably as fast as ours, if not a little bit faster. And they also play like Forces and Dazes. And I don't know. It feels like a pretty tough nut to crack. So very happy to be up a game. It's also funny, like, I don't think. I feel like I never run into Infect these days. It's one of those decks that I never really am able to tell if the reason it's not really being played is because it's poorly positioned or just because it doesn't have that many, like, what am I looking for? The word. You know, people devoted to playing it. Okay, they mulligan to 6. I think this is a keep, even though the Thassa's Oracle is sort of an effective mull to 6. But not really, because we have Brainstorm, so that's actually not completely true. Glistener Elf? Okay, Hierarch. Always. It's like with Delver, I'm always a lot less scared when they don't have turn 1 threat. Like turn 1 hierarch is, it means that it just means we can't lose on turn 2, basically, is what it means. Maybe I was supposed to ponder instead of keeping open Pierce. Just as I'm saying that I was unable to die on turn 2, that would be the reason to keep open Pierce. So I should, yeah, maybe I should ponder it, but okay. Okay, and no threat on turn 2 either. That's, yeah, it's very good for us. Okay, so we could Thoughtseize here and then protect against Veil with Pierce, but I think I'd actually rather get the Brainstorm going here. Let's put back Oracle, put back a land. And seeing as we are not going to, unless they could crop rotate for Inkmoth, but I don't think they play crop rotation. So I think I'm okay just pondering here. And now they're pausing, which makes me think they have days, and are wondering if they should be dazing. Okay, they do daze. I'm not gonna, well, I mean, I can't fight over it. I'm not gonna Street Wraith to find something. I think it's not ideal, but it's, I guess, acceptable. There's a threat. They're attacking us here. Okay, that's nice because that means that they can't Veil through Pierce on this Thoughtseize. Ooh, double Invigorate, and they have a Pendelhaven as well. Okay, so that's definitely a way we can lose fairly quickly. Yeah, I think we take these. Okay, so yep. Sure. So they Invigorate here. I'm definitely Spell Piercing. Yeah, I was thinking if I should Street Wraith into the Dark Writ, but I think I have enough lands here that I won't need to. So their hand is Trop and Unknown. They daze. Right, okay. So we can't pay for that. We could Street Wraith here, hope to find Force of Will or Second Daze, but I don't think it's worth it. I think we just have to hope to win this turn. The turn we get here, which is not impossible. We have both the Brainstorm and Street Wraith and the mana to cast Doomsday, but oof, beautiful. So let me just make sure that I have enough. So they have no way to interact with us. So we tap, we play a land, we have 4 mana, we use 3 to cast Doomsday, then we cast, how many petals do we have left? We have all 3 petals. Okay, so we Street Wraith into Street Wraith. We will have Daze in our hand. Yeah, no, this should be fine. Okay. Okay, So basically we want to Street Wraith into Street Wraith. And then it doesn't really matter, but we can Street Wraith into, like, whatever. Like the next card is a blank. And then the last three cards are Petal, Petal, and Thassa. And we can do this because we know they can't interact with us. So we will Street Wraith into another Street Wraith. That's the top card of our library. Then we will Street Wraith into Pyroblast. Our hand will then be Daze, Pyroblast, Brainstorm. So we will tap Volcanic to draw the last three cards, which are Petal, Petal, Oracle. Put back the Pyroblast and the Daze, and play the Oracle. So go like this. Whoops. Put back Daze, put back Pyro. Whoops. All right, cool. Well, that was nice. Nice 4-1. I've kind of hit a dry patch and not gotten a a trophy in a while, a 5-0, but that's fine. You know, ups and downs and roundabouts and all that. So yeah, that was nice. That was 4. Wait, what? It was 4 non-blue decks and Infect, right? I already forgot. I forgot what I played against round number 4. All right. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm rambling here. I am sorry you didn't get a full league, but I do hope you enjoyed watching some Doomsday action, and I will be back at some point with some more Legacy. See you around.